I'm Daniel Boardman, and welcome to the Albuquerque Tango Festival.
So I'm here at Albuquerque Tango Festival with Daniel Boardman. Thank you for having us all and putting this all on and organizing it.
Well, thank you for coming. I think it would be a pretty boring event if I did it and nobody came. So.
How long have you been doing this festival?
I started this festival, our first year was 2010.
Mm-hmm.
And so it would be 12 years minus the year last year for COVID.
And I'll tell you guys did a good job right away. You gained your reputation quite a while, because I remember learning about in 2012 the first time and thinking, oh, I gotta go. Finally, I'm here in 2021. It took me long enough, but glad to be here. So what goes on behind the scenes of organizing a festival like this?
Well, the first thing is the space, finding the right space. This is our second venue. We started out at a different, smaller space in Albuquerque. There's got to be a match there as far as the capacity of the ballrooms and the layout and all of that. Beyond that is, hiring well, let me back up a minute. I think more basic than that is the design of the festival.
Sure.
And what's your vision for it? What are you trying to do? And so my vision for this event was very simple from day one, which was to provide the maximum amount of dance time that I could for people, other than, of course, time allotted for classes. So we have, since day one, we have de-emphasized performance. We don't interrupt milongas at all, except for once, for one tanda, so that you can see the teachers dance.
Right.
So that was a conscious decision to make this a very pointed festival about maximizing your dance time, and one might say at the expense of performance.
Sure. No, actually, I was thinking about that last night. I'm curious about it because as an organizer, I know when I stop in the middle of a milonga to make an announcement, the rest of the night the energy goes, and so that's awesome that you took that into consideration. Yeah, that's awesome.
And not that the other is bad. I mean, there are festivals I've gone to which are very heavy on performance, and people love them, and they choose those festivals for that reason.
Right, absolutely.
But it's just not our thing.
Right, and then of course each coordinator, each organizer brings their own feeling to the festival and their own warmth to the festival, and you definitely have done that. It's been exceptionally well organized, and you've made everyone feel so welcome.
Well, we have a good staff, we have a good paid staff, and we've had a relationship since day one with ASU, Arizona State University, and typically they have a tango program, and one of the few, I guess, universities that does, and so for years their students that are in their tango club have come out here and volunteered, and so it's worked out really well for us, and many of them are returning, and in fact my paid staff, all of them started out as ASU students and volunteers.
Wow, nice. So what motivated you to start doing this?
Well, wanting to dance locally at a festival, honestly. I started dancing in 2006, I believe. And the best festival at that time was the Denver Festival. We all went to that.
Sure.
And in one year, in 2008, the Democratic National Convention was held in Denver, and so that usurped the hotel, and so they couldn't do the festival that year in the Denver, and so they did it in Albuquerque. And I had a great time. It was so nice to dance and then just be able to go home and crash.
Right.
And so the idea of not having one here in 2009 and subsequent years was sad. And I thought, well, I'm going to do it. I'll fill the void.
Yeah.
So, but I moved slowly, and so rather than trying to do something for 2009, I said, well, I'm going to take 18 months to figure this out. So I sort of announced I would do something in 2009. Honestly, knowing that would preclude anybody from doing anything in 2008, but give me 18 18 months to figure this thing out, and I'm glad I gave myself 18 months.
That's a good idea. I'm a thinker too. I decide I want to do things, but it takes me a while.
Well, yeah, and then I kind of did a pilgrimage going around to different festivals and talking to the organizer and doing kind of what you're doing and saying, what advice can you give me? And I got some great advice.
Awesome.
Mostly, the main thing was keep it simple.
Yeah.
Know the one or two things you want to do and just stay to that. Don't keep adding on to it. So.
Yeah. Well, how has this year been for you so far personally? Not just as an organizer, but as a dancer?
Well, it's been tough. I mean, I'm you know, in the rest of my life, I'm a restaurateur. I own restaurants, and so for me, it's been rocky, and everything I do takes twice as much work.
Sure.
That's the main thing, and this festival is no exception because we required vaccination, and the people sign an attestation that they've actually been vaccinated, and we took it very seriously. And I examined every card, and some of them were authentic and some weren't, and so it's a whole layer of complexity and skills, and very time consuming, and yeah, it'd be nice if we don't do it anymore.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a real pain.
So how long have you been dancing?
Since about 2005 or 6.
All right, so same time frame. I think.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Feels like a long. I mean, it's been a long time, right? But
Yeah,
it feels
yeah.
like it, like
Minus
that.
a
It goes
year.
by. Yeah,
Minus
exactly.
15 months or something.
Yeah. So what called you to tango first?
You know, it was just not something I'd ever contemplated. I literally just saw it in the streets in Buenos Aires and had that instant awakening that this is something I wanted to do.
Awesome. And what keeps calling you back?
I just adore it. Yeah, it's the best moments of my life.
Awesome. Is it the social connections? Is it the physicality?
The social connection is lovely. I mean, over time, these people have become my friends. I think the relationship with the music. I don't have a deep relationship with music outside of tango, so there's that.
Sure.
But yeah, certainly the intimacy and the closeness. Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah, we don't find that. Well, they say we don't find it in other dances. I don't do a whole lot of other dances.
Yeah,
It's
neither
hard
do I,
to say,
so I
but-
wouldn't know.
But this is the one I connect with.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Nice. Any other thoughts, feelings, stories, emotions that you feel like sharing? Open-ended.
No, I'm just grateful that people show up for this. So.
Yeah, I think I was just telling Brian, we did a little synopsis recently.
Uh-huh.
I think that's been the overall theme is being grateful and
Yeah.
feeling that gratitude, especially
Yeah.
now after being
Well, and
closed
after
off for all that.
after missing
Yeah.
a year, it makes me appreciate this year more.
I think it makes all your hard work worthwhile too.
Yeah.
So thank you again
Thank you.
for
Appreciate it.
organizing all of this with all of us and having us here, and thank you for your time.
Thank you. Great to talk with you.
Yeah, thanks.